So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, good morning, everybody. I hope that you are well. And first of all, I would like to also welcome you to Tavis. Okay, I'm going to just introduce myself again. Okay, I am teacher Husna, so I'll be specifically teaching English for this SPM intensive course. And as you all know, your paper code for English is 1119. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to be focusing on a skill in English under reading. Okay, so this is particularly on paper one. Now, yesterday, okay, let's just do a bit of recap. Now, yesterday we actually did another part of reading and use of English, which is the part one. Now, part one is all about short text. So, yesterday I was talking about how to actually tackle the questions, how to actually identify how you can actually know this is the exact answer for you to get the right one. Okay, so there's one tip that I can share with you is let me just type it here. All right, so it's R2KE. All right, so R2KE. So this was my tip for yesterday. So R2KE, R is actually stands for read. Okay, 2 it stands for twice. K it stands for keyword, and then E stands for eliminate. So for short text, you are given 3 options. All right, so you will be given a little information about maybe a notice or maybe an advertisement, right? So what you have to do is try and read the whole thing, which I call it as skimming. Okay, read it at very fast. Okay, read it at one's glance, just to get an understanding. Okay, what is it about? And then you try and read together with the questions that is together with the question, or with the given short text. All right, and then you do it again. You read it again. Okay, you read it again, and you have to try and identify. Okay, what's the keyword? Okay, try and highlight or try and underline. Where is it that you can find the answer? And then the next process will be elimination. So you eliminate, you cross out, okay, which one is not the best one. So you cross it out, you eliminate it. Okay, and then only there is a possibility of 50-50 chance, right? Possibility of 50-50 chance. So if let's say you cross out A, so you will leave out with B and C. So 50-50, right? So again, look at the options given. Okay, look at the answer. Okay, try and see, okay, which one is which. So if you think that it's not relevant, okay, if you think it's not relevant, then just cross it out. So maybe you have your best answer already. All right, so this is the tip for yesterday, R2KE. Okay, now moving on, for today we are going to be doing part 2. So part 2 is all about, who can tell me what is part 2 in reading paper? Okay, now part 2 is all about rational clues. Okay, but first of all, before we go in depth on our lesson for today, let's see our aims. Okay, so our aims for today, I will provide you tips and strategies on how to tackle part 2 questions, and we will also review parts of speech and subject-verb agreement. Okay, this is crucial for rational clause, everybody. All right, so please pay attention to this, and please try to have a pen and a piece of paper with you to jot down any notes that you think it's really, really important for you for your exam. All right, and then we are going to apply contextual clues when attempting the questions. So contextual clues it's very simple. Okay, it's clues in the context, in the passage or in the text given. That's it. Okay. So we are going to apply this in this part. Okay, so far, I hope that everybody is clear, okay, on what are we going to do today. All right, so moving on to the next one. Okay, so today we are going to be focusing again rational clause. So you will be given a text with 10 blanks. 10 blanks. Okay, so you'll be given a text with 10 blanks, and these blanks focuses on your grammar and vocabulary. So like I said, it's important for you to know your parts of speech. It's important for you to know your subject-verb agreement. And for this part, you only need to spend 10 minutes. Okay? Please do not spend more than that because you have other parts to do. You still have part 3, you still have part 4 and 5. So for paper 1, please make sure that you keep that in mind. You still have more to go. So just spend 10 minutes for this. Okay? So if, let's say, you can spend lesser than that, that's excellent. All right? So for rational clause, you will be given 4 options. Okay, 4 multiple choice. So 4 options, but then you have to only choose one answer only. So don't forget that one answer only. If you think that this is the best one, then just take that one best. Okay, please do not try and take off B and then suddenly, oh no, I think C, or no, please do not do that. All right, so please choose only one answer for this part. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you the tips and strategies. So I particularly like acronyms. So I have for you IPT-RM. Okay, you may remember RM from BTS, maybe you might remember that. And a lot of you may remember IPT, like IPTS, IPTA, right? You know, after this, you're going to a university, you're going to a college, right? So IPTS or IPTA, right? So I took it out as IPT and RM. Okay, so I hope you can remember this IPT, RM. Okay, so what's I? What do you think I is? Okay, let's take a look. So I, it stands for instructions. So the first tip that you have to know is you have to read the instructions carefully. So look at the instructions given here. So questions 9 to 18. Read the text below and choose the best word for each space. So again, choose the best word for each space. For each question, mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet. So for this part here, you have to transfer your answers on the answer sheet given. All right, so please read the instructions. Always read the instructions. Whenever you when you receive your paper, you always read the instructions. All right, so you have to know that. You have to read the text and choose the best word. Okay, moving on to next letter, P. So P stands for your parts of speech. All right, so your parts of speech, there are 8 parts of speech. Now, what are parts of speech? Okay, what are parts of speech? What is it actually? So parts of speech is actually important for you. Okay, let me tell you why in the next slide. Okay, I'll brief you on the parts later. Okay, so the importance of parts of speech. Now, you cannot make and understand sentences without them. Definitely. If you are going to tell someone, you need to at least have a word to tell someone. So if, let's say, you met with a stranger and that stranger is actually a foreigner, right? So he is lost or she is lost, right? And she is actually asking you for directions. So definitely you have to know some basic, some basic word, right? Maybe like maybe the person asks you, okay, where can I find Bangsa village, for example? Where can I find it? Okay, so you have to know, okay, you take left, you take right. See, you take left, you take right, 6 words. You have formed 6 words already, right? And it's pretty clear that, okay, I know where I'm going. So the foreigner will definitely know where they are going, right? So at least if you know some of the words, then it's excellent already. Okay, then they help you master your writing techniques. Definitely, definitely on this one. When you know your words, when you know your vocabulary, when you know your grammar, it's always the best. Okay, it's always the best when it comes to your writing, right? If let's say a simple question like, what do you like to eat? Right? What do you like to eat? So tell me in writing, what do you like to eat? Right? So you obviously will have your sentence formation as simple as I like or I love what? I love ayam masak merah, maybe. Right? So I love ayam masak merah. Right? So again, you know where I is, you know where love is to put in a sentence, and the ayam masak merah, there is subject, verb, and an object. All right. So very simple sentence, and it makes writing and speaking a lot easier as well. So again, if you know your parts of speech, okay, it is going to ease your life when it comes to writing, when it comes to your speaking. All right, I hope that it's clear for you for this one, the importance of parts of speech. Now let's go back to the previous slide. Okay, so here there are 8 parts of speech. These are crucial. Okay, these are very important. Okay, I will tell you one at a time. Okay, now first of all, you have your noun. Okay, and then proceed with pronoun and verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now you may be wondering, what are all these? Okay, now can you form a sentence by just saying that? Okay, let me type something. um he likes to walk the dog, for example. Okay, so he likes to walk the dog. Okay, now can you tell me who is he? Who? Who is he? So definitely you need a noun. Okay, you need a noun, right? You need a noun. You need to tell me who is he first, because as far as I know, who is this man? Is it a man? Is it a boy? Okay, he is always referred to a man or a boy, right? So who is he to me, right? Maybe your father, maybe your brother, maybe your cousin. So you need to make sure that you introduce this first. Who is he? Therefore, it is a noun. Okay? So you need to state here. Maybe you can say, my you can say my father likes to walk the dog. Okay? My father likes to walk. My father likes to walk the dog. So now I know that he is referring to my father. All right. Now, in the next sentence, if let's say you are going to form another sentence with this one, okay, with this first one here, okay, my father likes to walk the dog, then you can introduce him by using a pronoun. Now, what is a pronoun? This one, the circle here. This is a pronoun. Why am I using he? Because of the word my father. Father is a guy, right? Father is a man. And definitely he is the correct term. Okay? So he likes to walk the dog. All right? So I'm going to put it here. But it's a little redundant because you have you have the first, the introduction. My father likes to walk the dog and he likes to walk the dog. Okay, so maybe you could change that. You could change he likes to, he, maybe you could change to something like he likes walking, he likes walking with, maybe you name the dog, right? Maybe you give the dog a name. Jim. Maybe the dog's name is Jim. Again, you're giving a noun, right? You're giving the dog a name, Jim. Okay, so now let's try and identify more. Can you tell me where is the verb? But first of all, what is a verb? Now, a verb is actually action words. Whatever that you move, whatever that you do, whatever that you smell, whatever that you hear, whatever that you see. Okay? So, can you tell me here the action in the sentence? My father likes to walk the dog. He likes walking with Jim. Okay, so where is the verb here? Where is the verb? Where is the verb? So it's this one. All right, so let me just, okay, put that like that. Okay, so my father likes to walk the dog. Any other verb that you can see? Any other verb that you can see here? How about this one? Walk. Is this a verb? Yes, it is a verb. How about this one? How about this one? Likes walking. Yes, it is also a verb. It tells us what the father is doing, where he likes to walk the dog, where he likes. And then what is he, what is he liking in doing? Walk the dog. Okay? Now, you can also add on something interesting to maybe the dog, right? Maybe to the dog. So, what do we call this? Adjectives. Okay, add on more interesting words to the dog. You can describe the dog. Okay, so let's try and describe the dog together. So, what can we describe about the dog? Maybe you could describe about the breed. Maybe you could describe about the fur. Maybe you could describe about the color of the dog, right? So what can we describe about the dog? Maybe you can say, because we name the dog Jim, so I'm going to call him Jim after this. So we say Jim is a, maybe we have a color, right? Is a black, black white. Um, black. What dog do we have? Do we have a greyhound? Is that a dog? Is that a type of a dog? Black, black. Um, a bulldog. Maybe. All right. So Jim is a black bulldog. Okay, so we are describing the dog, uh, the color black. Okay, so you make it more interesting, black. Maybe if you want to add a bit of character to the dog, maybe you want to say he is a nice dog, he is um, a lovely dog, a cute dog. All right, you can do that as well. Okay, you can do that as well. Okay, no worries. So instead of saying that Jim is a black bulldog, so you can say Jim is a, make sure you have that article with you, a, okay? So a cute black bulldog. Now, you can have as this way is a cute, comma, black dog. Okay, you can have this sentence too. And some can even do this way. Okay, so let me just choose a different color, maybe blue. Okay, so you can have Jim is a cute and black bulldog. I have no issues on this. Okay, so you can also have this way as well. Jim is a cute and black bulldog. Okay, we are describing the dog. Okay, so we have given this dog a name, Jim, and the bulldog being cute, and the color is black. So this is what you call adjectives. All right, so adjectives. Are you clear on that? I hope that it's clear enough for everybody. Okay. Now, let's move on to adverb. Now, can somebody tell me how can we use adverb? What is an adverb actually? What is it? What do you think it is? Okay. Now, I actually prepare you. Okay, I actually prepare you something. All right. Here. Okay. So let's go back again. Now, noun, it names a person. All right. So just now we name he as my father. All right. And then we also name the animal, which is Jim. All right. We name that. So a noun can name a person, a place, an animal, or a thing or an object, or it can be an idea as well. What's an idea, miss? An idea can mean like anger. Anger is actually an emotion, but it's also considered a noun from the word angry. Angry is actually a verb, so if you want to transform it into a noun, it should be anger. All right. If let's say success, right? Success is also a noun. But if you put it as successful, okay, successful, okay, successful. This is an adjective. You are describing something being successful. All right. So again, noun names these. Okay, please remember person, place, animal, thing or object, or idea. But when it comes to a verb, when it comes to a noun, are those. But when you have a pronoun, it replaces the name of it. So instead of just calling Jim all the time, right? Jim likes this, Jim likes that, Jim this, Jim that. No, it's kind of like boring, I would say. It's kind of boring when you keep on repeating Jim this, Jim that, Jim, 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 Jim. Okay? So instead of using just Jim, you can say he because of the gender of the dog being um, male, right? He is a male dog. Okay, so we can say he. Okay, so we can say he. So Jim is he. Okay, now if let's say we have for a female, okay, we have for a female. All right, what if we have female? Female, we can call the person as she. Okay, we can call the person as she. All right, so here we have Jim. So Jim is only one person. And this one goes to she being only one person. Only one. Like I myself, I am one. So I can call myself a she. All right. But if let's say you have two or more, okay, two or more, what can we make he and a she? We can call them, okay, sorry, I, I gave you the clue. We can call them as they. Or if let's say you include I, if you include I in the story, I, he, and she. So this one will be we. Okay, so if you include yourself in the story, then we can say it's we. All right. Now, Jim, come back to Jim. Now, Jim is a dog, right? But if we put the gender, if we put him as the gender here as male, okay, he is a male dog. So if he is a male dog, then we call it he. Okay, I gave you the clue just now. Okay, so Jim being the dog. So Jim is a dog. So dog is actually called as a pronoun of it. We call it it. Okay? So whatever things, okay, right now, what can you see on your table? Maybe a pen, maybe a pencil or paper or the wall, right? You can replace it with, instead of saying the wall all the time, you can also replace it with it. But make sure you introduce it first. Okay, we introduce the wall first, then in the second sentence, maybe you can start off with it. Okay, it is yellow and it is beautiful, right? So you can do that. Okay, but if let's say you have, okay, as far as now we have, sorry, we have he, okay, we have he, we have she, we have they, we have we have it, and we are missing out with I and one more. What is it? It should be seven. How many do we have now? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, one more. What do we have? What do we have? You. We have you. You. Right? So we have you. Now, you can be divided into two, actually. Now, you can be singular. You can also be in plural as well. All right. So it can be for second person. It can also be as the third person as well. Okay. So now we know that there are seven. There are seven pronouns. So can you all see? They are all in green, yeah? Here. Okay, here, here, here. It looks messy, yeah? Sorry. Okay, so we have seven. We have seven pronouns. So this replaces the noun. So if let's say you name a building, right? If let's say you name a building, maybe you want to say KLCC, right? KLCC is the second tallest building in Malaysia, maybe. Okay, okay. So is the second tallest building in Malaysia, right? So in the next sentence, if you want to form another sentence with this KLCC, okay, with KLCC, then you should start off with, is it a he? Is it a she? Do we know KLCC has a gender? No, I don't think so. Is KLCC considered they? Is it more than one? Right? Right? Is it more than one? No. Does it include I? No. Is it you? Can we replace KLCC as you? You are, oh no. Okay? So what do we use? We use it. Okay? So we can use it. So it is whatever. Okay? And maybe if you want to continue another sentence, okay, if you want to continue another sentence, that is another part of speech. What is it? Okay, I'll tell you next. Okay, but first of all, we'll go with verb. Oh, what is a verb? Now, verb are words to describe action. So, like I said before, okay, we have just now, my father likes to walk the dog, right? Okay, with the sentence, my father likes to walk the dog. Okay, so we know that the verb here is likes, and it can also be this one, to walk the dog. Okay, so my father likes to walk the dog. Now, what are the verbs that we can use? We can also use loves. Okay, we can also use it can be anything random. Eats, drinks, sits, plays, right? Anything. Now, did you notice that I have S here? Why do I add on S? Even this one too. Why am I adding S? Why? Hmm. Why? Because this is where subject-verb agreement comes in. Okay, but I'll tell you briefly right now, and although I will tell you later on, okay, in depth. Okay, so I will tell you briefly right now, because my father, because of the word father here, father is one person. So he can be categorized as singular. Singular what? Singular noun. So my father is a singular noun. Okay, he is one. He is only one. Okay, father. Sorry. Okay, so he is only one. So when it comes to singular noun, okay, the way that I do is whatever is singular, or in Malay is called satu, right? Satu is starts with an S. So even in English, is singular. It also starts with an S. All right. So whatever is singular, you have to match. You have to match the verb. Okay, you have to match the verb with an S as well. except except for there are certain words, okay, please mind you, there are certain words that you cannot just randomly add S to the last letter. Okay, like for example, the word brush, or brush, watch. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, So we have watch. What else do we have? Snatch. What else do we have? Can you think of any? Can you think of any? Mm, mm, brush, watch, snatch. Okay, let's try and deal with these three first. Okay, so now we have, the last letter, sh, sh, ch, and ch as well. So we cannot just simply add s like this. No, no. There is a way for you to do it. Is you add e s e s. So it looks a lot more, it looks clearer, right? It looks nicer also. So you have brushes, watches, snatches. Now, mind you, this is only for singular noun, only one noun. We are talking about father. It can be sister, it can be brother, it can be mother, cousin, as long as it's only one noun. Okay, singular noun. All right. But if let's say you have some verb that ends with a y, like for example, cry, dry, fry, right? So you have that ends with y. So if you can see, some of this will change into I. So cross out y, then we switch it to I and we add es. Okay, so you can match my father cries, my father dries, or my father fries. All right, so these are some of the basic verbs, and this is only in present tense. Present tense. In the time of present, in the time of now. Okay, in the time of now, or something that is um, in routine. It's something that you do as a habit. Okay, in present tense. All right, so loves. If it's in a past tense, very simple. Change all the S here to D, loved, and not eat. No, 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 no. There is a different spelling. Okay, there's a different spelling. So if it's in past tense, it should be ate. Okay, even this one to change to drank. Sit will be sat. Play, yes, play will be played with ES. All right, now this one, again, just remove the S and switch it to D, brushed, watched, snatched, okay? Even cries, change to a D, okay? Instead of S, you change it to a D. This is all present, okay? But for past tense, again, just remove the S and then change to a D. All right, I hope that there is clear for you. But okay, one more thing is that make sure that you know this is only for singular noun. Satu, singular, only one noun. It can be anything, it can be animal, it can be a thing or an object. Okay, so please make sure you know that. Especially when it comes to present tense, a lot of us miss this. Okay, you are missing the S. Most of us will do that when it comes to speaking wise, or when it comes to writing. It's like, some of you will be thinking, should I add s or no s, or no, I cannot remember. Okay, so that's why subject verb agreement is important. So I will tell you next in the slides that I have. Okay, so the next one that we're going to look at is another part of speech, which is adjective. So like I did before, okay, so they are words to make the noun and pronoun more interesting. So just now we name the dog as gym, and we add on information like cute or black. Okay, so let me just tell you, you can use color. You can also use your opinion. Okay, your opinion can be like the word cute just now. Maybe that bulldog can be cute to you, maybe it's not cute to me, right? Maybe you have a crush on someone, right? You have a crush on someone, and I'm sure he is good looking or she is good looking. Maybe to another person, maybe not. Okay, so that is opinion. So you can also tell us about the shape, right? The shape. Maybe um, a shape of a shape of your room, right? A shape of your face, right? It can be round, it can be oval, it can be um, I don't know what are the shapes that you have? Diamond shape, right? So it can be rectangular, all right? So you can even describe on these. Okay, what else do we have? We can also give out about the material. Okay, we can also give out the material as well. If let's say you want to describe about your clothing, right? Your clothes that you have, or the 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 jeans or whatever, right? So you want to describe about the material. Maybe I already provide you just now jeans. Okay, maybe you could describe about the type, like cotton. Yeah, you can do that as well. Okay, you can also tell us about where it is from. Okay, the origin. You can also tell us about the origin. Like maybe if you want to introduce yourself to a foreigner, right? And you have so many in that particular class. Maybe that one is from New York, right? That one is from Edinburgh. That one is from Spain, right? So you yourself, where are you from? You can say, I am from Malaysia. So I being pronoun, right? So let me just write a sample sentence. I am from Malaysia. Right? I am from Malaysia. So I is pronoun, right? I is pronoun. Am is actually a verb. Okay. Am is actually a verb. Okay. From. Hmm, where is from? Okay. From it can be a preposition as well. Okay. So we have a country's name, Malaysia. So I am from Malaysia. All right. So here I am telling everybody where I am from, Malaysia. All right. If you are mixed with um, the foreigners, in one class. All right. But if let's say you are only in Malaysia, you can introduce the states where you are from. I am from Kelantan. I am from Sabah, for example. Okay. So you are introducing the origin. This is an adjective. Okay. So here I have a few for you. You can describe using origin, color, opinion, shape, material. You can use all of this. But a lot of us love this opinion. We love this opinion. We also love using color, especially for the ladies. If a guy says pink, maybe to a lady it's not pink. Maybe it's peach pink, or maybe it's blush pink, right? So we love to use opinion, especially, and we love colors as well. Okay, so these are some of the types of adjectives that you can use to make your sentence interesting for your noun and for your pronoun as well. Okay, I hope you got that. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one now, adverb. Now, adverb actually tells how often on how something is, on when something is, or on where something is. So when we talk about how, it's describing about the action. Okay, it's describing about the action. So if I introduce you a verb of walk, all right, a verb of walk. So describe to me, how are you walking, or how did you walk? How did you walk slowly? Did you walk very fast? Did you walk? Um, did you walk gracefully? You know, very softly, kind of walk. Okay. So how you can introduce this by using adverb. Okay, by using adverb. Okay. So how did you walk? So I can say walk slowly. You can also say walk fast, right? You can also say walk gracefully. Okay? Now, if you talk about when, so this refers to time. Okay? Or we call it this as adverb of time. Okay? So when it comes to adverb of time, or when, you can say something like now, or later, or just now, or even never, seldom. Okay, these are talking about when. All right, so these are some of the words: never, seldom, now, later, just now. Okay, these are the adverbs. Okay, now when we talk about where, when we talk about where, okay, when we talk about where, it's adverb of place. Okay, so when we talk about adverb of place, okay, where something is, maybe in, up, into. Okay, so it's all to do with where something it is: inside, outside, upward, downwards. Okay, so these are all adverbs, and they can describe the verb. Like we have here a verb of walk. You can also describe an adjective as well using adverb. Like for example, if let's say quiet, quiet is your adjective. Okay, so maybe you could say that this person is, okay, is quiet, but you want to make it more interesting as well. So you can also say that this person is strangely, oops, oops, oops. Okay, okay, let me just write it here. Strangely quiet. So when you add on strangely, it kinds of making it more creepy to the word quiet, right? This person is strangely quiet. Okay, so this is for an adjective. Okay, remember this is an adjective for you, but you are adding the word strangely. This is adverb. Okay, this is adverb. This one, strangely. You can also describe adverb to an adverb. Okay, you can add on that as well. Okay, maybe something like uh, um, oh my god, I'm running out of ideas. Can someone like help me? Help me, everybody. Maybe you could say okay, the one that I have here is still under verb. Okay, maybe I'll come back to this. Okay, if I have time. All right. Now, are you all okay with this? Okay, adverb. I hope that you are all okay. All right. Now, next one, a preposition. Now, a preposition, they are used before a noun or a pronoun, or it can be a gerund. Now, a gerund, they are the I would say in a simpler term, a verb plus ing, like reading. Reading is fun. All right. Playing sports is a must. You know that. Okay, a gerund. So it can be a word to show direction, to show place, or to show time. Right? Like for example, if you are going somewhere, okay, if you're going somewhere, maybe you can use words such as, okay, now it can apply to all this too. It can be like at, in, on, um, inside, outside, below, okay, below, opposite. Okay, these are all prepositions. So if let's say I give you a sentence of I found, no. Let's try and give a name. Susie, Susie found, Susie found a wallet. Okay, a sentence of Susie found a wallet. But if let's say you are going to tell this to someone, right? Susie found a wallet. So that someone might ask you, where did you find it? Right? That someone must ask you that. Okay, I don't know, but for me, I would ask that, where did you find it? Right? It's mine, right? So where did Susie find it? Where? So you can add on a preposition. Susie found a wallet. Maybe you want to use at. Susie found a wallet at the washroom. Just random. Okay, this is just random. Okay, Susie found a wallet at the washroom. So now we know the location or the place it is found. Okay, at the washroom. That's on. So you have to know that when you use at, you are specifically locating the place. You are specifically mentioning you found it there. Okay, so if let's say I said to you, or I ask you something simple like, where do you stay? So your reply or your response will have to be, I stay at. Okay, you are giving me a specific information. I stay at jalan here or jalan there, for example. All right, but if you are going to use in, okay, so if let's say we change this one, okay, so we change this one to in. Sorry. So in the washroom. So Susie found a wallet in the washroom. Okay. Now we have a different way of stating this washroom. So when you say Susie found a wallet in the washroom, it means that the washroom must have been quite big. Okay? Must have been quite big. All right? And she found it inside. So I can maybe like I can draw you a circle. Okay, like for example, okay, this is the size of the washroom. So it can be either here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. All right. So inside the washroom. But if you are saying at the washroom, it can also be outside of the washroom too, but as long as it's close to the washroom. Okay? You got that? I hope you got that. Okay? But what if it's on? No, we cannot say on the washroom, guys and girls. We cannot say on the washroom. Maybe it's on top of something, like on the table. All right. If you are given a table, oh, sorry for my bad drawing. So this is a table. So it can be on the table. Or if let's say below, then it's underneath. This is below the table. If it's the opposite, right? What if it's the opposite? So maybe that you have a table here, and maybe you could have like a lamp, a lamp. Oh my God, I'm so bad at drawing. Okay. Okay, a lamp, right? So opposite. Maybe it's in front. Yeah, in front of. Okay. Oh yeah, I can have that too. In front of. Okay. You can be in front of, or you can be the opposite. All right. I hope you are clear on that. Okay, we've been doing a lot of drawing. Okay, next one. Next one is your conjunction. Now, your conjunction joins words or groups of words in a sentence. Now, conjunction, they are pretty simple. If you love to use the word and, okay, a lot of us will love to use the word and. Like, for example, you can say, um, Tom and Tim are friends. Mm. It joins a word. Okay, it joins a word. It joins Tom and Tim. Okay, it joins these two. But if let's say you have a sentence, okay, you have a sentence with another sentence. Okay, so you can say Tom and Tim. Let's give this as a pronoun. So Tom and Tim, they are two. So you can call them as they. All right. So they are friends and love sports. Maybe something as simple as this. They are friends and love sports. You can repeat they. You can repeat they, but it looks a little redundant. You know, it's repetitive as well. So I would love that you just keep this and keep it simple. Kiss, I would say. Okay, let's kiss this. Keep it simple, everybody. All right, so they are friends and love sports. All right, so a lot of us would love to use the word and. Now, maybe you don't like to use the word and. You can also use another conjunction, but. All right, so if you want to use but, this is contrasting. Okay, it's a contrast. So maybe we could have something from here. Okay, they love sports but not um okay maybe not. Okay, they love sports but they love sports but they are not friends, aren't best at baking. Maybe maybe something like that. They love sports but aren't best at baking. All right, so it's contrasting. So they love sports and they don't like baking, right? They don't like baking, or they are not best at baking. So you can use the word but. All right, this is most favorable conjunctions. Among we have so many actually, and but so because yet. Okay, we have quite a few of conjunctions, but a lot of us love to use and but. So too. So can be so as well, especially when you write an essay or when you speak. So, da, 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 da. And so, we love to use that as well in our speaking. All right. So these are conjunctions. Okay, I hope that's pretty clear, everybody. And last but not least, the most um is is what we use when we are excited or when we are feeling over the moon of something. This is what we call interjection. Interjection. Now, interjections, they express strong emotion and they often follow an exclamation mark. This one, they often follow this. Okay, so when you have a feeling of excitement, right? Like, for example, you just score 12 A's in your SPM. Just imagine. So imagine that excitement, right? You can say, I, instead of saying got, you can also replace with achieve. Okay, I achieved 12 A's in my SPM exam, not in my SPM results. Huh? No. Okay. I got or I achieved 12 A's in my SPM exam. And you want to show a bit of excitement in this particular sentence, right? So if you want to show a little excitement, you can say, like the word yay. Yay, I achieved 12 A's in my SPM. Or maybe you can use Yahoo. You can also use Bravo. Yeah, Bravo. Or maybe if you want to use Bravo, you may be congratulating to someone. All right. So you can say something like, Bravo, you scored 12 A's in your, okay, sorry, in your SPM exam here. Okay, so you scored, bravo, you scored 12 A's in your SPM exam. All right, so these are some of the interjections that you can use. So that's why these are all called parts of speech. They are parts when you try and say something. They are parts when you write something. It's a lot better than just saying you score 12A. That's it. You know? So try and make it um, a lot more vibrant in the sentence, you can say by using interjection, right? So instead of saying something a little dull or plain, like I like, I like, I like that shirt, right? I like that shirt. So instead of saying just I like that shirt, you could add on adjectives, spice it up, add on adjectives. So you can say, I like that green shirt, right? I like that red pretty dress. Okay, you can do that to spice the whole clothing. Okay, and then if let's say you have got another idea, right, another idea to that particular shirt or particular dress, you can add on with a conjunction. You can use and, or you can use but, you can use so, you can use because. All right, like for example, I like that green shirt because it's my favorite color, right? You are adding on another idea to that particular green shirt. Okay. Now, other than that, you are calling yourself, instead of giving a name or that is a noun, you can call yourself using a pronoun like I. Like I myself, I am a female, so I call myself as she. If I am with someone, all right, but including I can call myself as we. We. But if let's say I have more, I have one, two, three, four, five with me, we can also call ourselves as we because it's including me. But without me, you can say they. Okay, you can say they. All right, without me, without yourself, it's they. All right, so that's just a little bit on the parts of speech, everybody. Ooh, that's quite a lot, right? That's quite a lot. Okay, now why don't we take a break before we proceed with the next part of the lesson? All right. So I'll give you guys 5 minute break. So make sure that you guys come back just before 10:35. All right. So I'll see you back here at 10:35, everybody. Thank you and see you before 10:35. All right. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. So just now we were just talking about our tip number 2. Wow. Okay, I hope that you got your notes on your parts of speech. Okay, we have been writing a lot just now. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay, I already mentioned it to you why parts of speech are important. So please remember they are essential for your speaking, especially for your writing as well. Okay, our tip number 3 is T, or your tenses. Okay, so make sure that whenever you have received your question, so you identify, is it in present tense or is it in past tense? You have to know we only have these two tenses. Okay, so make sure that you identify, oh, it's looking for present tense. Oh, it's looking for a past tense. Okay, how do we know this? Just now we did on our verb. Remember? So our verb just now was all about present tense. Okay, but it's in a singular form. But if it's in a past tense, a lot of the verbs ends with D or ED. And here mention this is where subject verb agreement rules applied. So subject verb agreement is very important. They have to agree with one another. So you have to have your subject and you have to have your verb and they must agree. Okay, we don't want them to collide, right? We don't want them to fight with one another. So they have to agree. All right? So how do we know which one is which? Okay. So in the next slide, we have a few rules. Okay, you have to know that the subject and verb must agree in number. So they both have to agree. And the rules are very, very simple. So you need to know, you need to identify first singular, plural. So remember I mentioned about singular noun. In a sentence, they are called a subject. Okay, so you will have a singular subject. Sorry. Okay, so you will have singular subject. Okay, they are your noun. Remember, they are your noun or they are your pronoun. Okay, so you have here an image of one guy or one man or one boy, right? So the guy, when it comes to present tense, the guy stands. Remember the rule, okay? Remember the rule just now? Singular, okay? Let me just draw that here. Okay. So the guy, this is singular. Satu. Even in Malay, satu. Seorang. So in English, we call it singular. Okay. So S. So you just write here singular subject. Okay, singular subject. And it must match with singular verb. Remember, this is present tense, everybody. Present tense. Present tense. So the guy stands always. Okay, always with this rule. So singular subject with singular verb with S. Okay, but Miss, how about plural? Now, plural is simple. When you have plural, okay, more than one, or you can have three, or you can have million, gazillion, whatever. Okay, so as long as it's more than one, then your verb will be in plural form. So as you can see here, I have the guys. So the guys, it can be gazillion guys, it can be trillion or whatever number, as long as it's more than one. And you can see that the verb here doesn't change. Doesn't change. This is where we use plural verb. The guy stands. The guys stand. The boys stand. Or if you don't like the guys stand, okay, the verb stand, you don't like it, then if you wish to change to another, like for example, mm, what else do we have? Stroll. Stroll is just another kind of walk. Okay, another kind of walk. So you can say the men. The men stroll at the corner of the shop. The men. But Miss here got no S because this is the rule. For men, okay, let me just write here. For singular, it is M-A-N, the men. The man stands. Or if you want to use stroll, then, okay, sorry, let me just remove the arrow. Okay, so the man strolls. Okay, remember, man is singular, satu, one. Then you need to add S. For only present tense, present tense only. So the man strolls. For plural, we will switch A to E. All right. Even the same goes with woman. Woman, singular. For plural, women. Okay, we pronounce this as women, women. Okay, women, woman, woman, women. Except for the word tooth. Tooth is one. Okay, your gigi, your gigi, your tooth is one. But if you have more than one tooth, okay, more than one tooth, we don't say tooths. We don't say tooths. No, no. We say teeth, right? We say teeth. Same goes with goose, goose, geese. We have, what else do we have? What else do we have? How about mouse? Interesting. How about mouse? Mouse? Mouses? No. We have to switch the whole thing to the word mice. Yeah, a lot of us make this kind of mistake. Child. Child is one. Okay, child is one. But for plural, it's children. Children. Okay, children. Okay, just okay. So children. All right. So child. This is child. This is children. Okay. These are what we call as um, your noun as well. Okay, your noun as well. And please make sure that when they are in plural form, a lot of the regular ones, a lot of um, the most, the one that we always use, okay, the ones that we always use, make sure that you add s. Guys, girls, boys, ball. This one is ball. Then this one would be balls. Okay, balls. All right. So again, as simple as, remember, when you have when you have the guy, when you have the guy, this is singular, then you need to add s to the end of the verb. When it comes to the plural, then it stands on its own. Okay, no need to change or no need to add anything else other than the root word, other than the word that is given to you, the guy's end. Okay, I hope you got that. So moving on to the next subject verb agreement, but it will be tricky. Okay, moving on to this one now, the tricky ones. So here I have an image for you, a family. All right, a family in yellow and in blue. Okay, so first sentence says his family comes to visit. Now, this is a group. This is a group. Now listen, a group, one group. A is one. All right, so this is only a group. Okay, so this is only a group. His family comes to visit. Family is one group. Even if you have like the word group itself, his group, again, it's just one. All right, even if you have team, team is also one, singular also. So remember, anything singular, anything that is one, we always add s to the verb, except for if you have Mr. Perry is joining me for dinner tonight. So this one is one person, Mr. Perry. But as you can see here, we have is joining. Now this tense is actually called present continuous. It's still in present, oh sorry, continuous. Continuous. Okay, there you go. Okay, so present continuous is still in present tense. However, it has this verb, or which we'll call it as helping verb. It helps this word join. Okay, so Mr. Perry is. So again, can you see? It's S as well. Here is S. Here is S. Here is also another S. So no need for you to be having Mr. Perry is joining. No, no need. What if, teacher, I only want to have join? Yes, you can have join, but make sure you add s to the end of the word join. So it will be Mr. Perry joins. All right. But this is just to differentiate the different tenses that I have for you. Okay. Now, can you see that here, the word neither nor. This is always a match, neither nor, or we have here either or either or neither nor. Okay, it's up to you to pronounce how it is. So neither nor. So neither Mr. Perry nor his wife was here at the wedding. Now, can you see it's a bit tricky? All right, it's a bit tricky. Why is it that you have Mr. Perry and you have his wife also? You have here Mr. Perry, and you also have his wife with him. So two, right? Just now I said more than one should be plural, right? Should be plural. But you have to know that when it comes to the word neither nor or either or, it's Actually, either one. You choose which one is which. Actually, it's like a choice. It's like a choice. Okay, so here we have a choice of neither. So when it comes to the word neither, this is no. Okay, not Mr. Perry or not his wife was here at the wedding. Now when you see here, you need to match you need to match the one that is closer to the subject. Okay, you need to match closer to the subject. So you can see that the subject closer to the verb is actually his wife. So his wife is only one person. Okay, it's only one person. So his wife is only one person. Therefore, you have to use was. And this is actually in past tense. Okay, this is in past tense. All right. So neither Mr. Perry nor his wife was here at the wedding. Like I said, neither nor or either or is a choice. Okay, it's a choice. Okay, so you can see that we pair it with his wife and was. But teacher, what if we have more than one? What if Mr. Perry has more than one wife? Okay, fine. So if let's say we have a sentence of, okay, the same thing. Okay, we only have this. Neither Mr. Perry nor his wives. Okay, fine. Right, he has more than one wife. Okay, nor his wives. What if we have wives? This is plural. Okay, can you see? This is plural already, more than one, right? Wives. Therefore, it has to be were. Okay, this is actually past tense of the root word are. Okay, are, and if it's in past tense, it's were. And this one is from the word is. Is in present tense, so past tense is was. Okay, so were here at the wedding. Okay, so were. All right, you got that? I hope so. Okay, now moving on to this one here, plural. His family members. Again, here is just family. But if you add on another word, which is members, more than one member, right? So members, then it becomes more than one family member, all right? And it's in plural form. Okay, because of this word only. Like here, you don't have member. Here, you only have his family. But here we have members, his family members. So his family members come to visit. All right. So this one will be plural form. Look at this sentence. Mr. Perry and his family are joining me for dinner. Because of the conjunction and, right? Because of the conjunction and, it's considered more than one already. Okay, more than one. He, Mr. Perry and his family. It's considered more than one. Okay, more than one. Now, so here we have plural form, are joining. So here we have is joining because Mr. Perry is just one. But here we add on the word and. His family are joining me for dinner tonight. All right, so we'll take a look at the third sentence. Either Mr. Perry or his family members were here at the wedding. Again, the same rule with this, except that here, okay, now here it was in singular form, but this one is in a plural form, right? So either Mr. Perry or his family members. So you, again, family members were here at the wedding. So you need to match your verb with whatever noun, or we call this as subject, whatever subject that you have before the verb. Like for example, okay, I can give you a sentence right now. Um, either the sailor or the, sorry, sailors, okay, or the captain. Is it move or is it moves? For just for example, okay, either the sailors or the captain move or moves. Which one is which? And bear in mind, this is in present tense. Okay, it's in present tense. So which one is which? Definitely the captain. Okay, you need to check on the subject that is closer to the verb. So either the sailors or the captain. So this one you can just ignore and check for the closest subject. So the captain moves. Why? Because the captain is only one, singular, and this is also singular. Okay. But what if it's the other way around? Right? What if it's the other way around? What if I have sailors? All right. Well, let me just rub this off. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Now this one's sailors and this one is captains. So either the sailors or the captains. Now how about that? Both are plural, right? Both are plural. So again, the closest one, the captains. So captains, plural. So you need a plural verb. So which one is plural? Is this the one? No, this one. All right. So the captains move. Okay. So for present tense, it's a little tricky, but for past tense, it's all simple, where this one will be just moved. Okay, moved. All right. But if let's say if you are using present continuous, okay, present continuous, where you need to add on this helping verb here is, so this one, if let's say we switch to, okay, let's say I have this for you. All right. Okay, either the captains, sorry, either the sailors or the captains. Um, oops. Okay, so is moving or are moving? Which one? Definitely, you need to check the the subject that is considered closer to the verb. So which one? The captains is moving, or is it the captains are moving? Definitely, the captains are moving. All right, so the captains are moving. Okay, I hope you got that clear. Okay, all right. So this is why parts of speech is very important, and subject-verb agreement is important too when it comes to your part 2, rational clues. Okay, so I'm going to move right ahead to our next tip. Okay, our next tip is R. This is where you have to read and understand the sentence before and or after the blank given. You have to make sure that you need to read the sentence before and sentence after the blank. Just to make sure that, okay, what does it need you to write, or what does it need you to choose from the options given? Which one? Okay, just for you to get an idea. And then only you can try and match with the most suitable option, then read again. So this is tip number 5. Try and match. Okay, try and match before you transfer your answers to your answer sheet. Okay, try and match. Okay, is it this one? It may be. Okay, try and put a percentage. If you think that it is the most suitable, maybe you could say like 60%. All right, maybe you could say, okay, B is 60%. C, I think is around what, 20%. This one, oh no, this one is wrong. So you live out with A, C, and a B. And if you think your gut is right, right? If you think your gut is right on 60%, then go right ahead. Match this one. Okay, so this is a tip number 5. Now, those are only 5 tips that I can provide you. The IPTRM. So I stands for instructions, P stands for parts of speech, your T stands for tenses, and your R stands for read. M is for match. Okay, please don't forget that when it comes to your rational clues. Now, we are going to go through with part 2 questions now. Now, I'm going to show you a sample of the question. Okay. So here we go. So this is just a sample. Okay, a sample for you to see. Now this is from Apollo 11. Okay, sorry, it's about Apollo 11. So questions 9 to 18. So first of all, instructions. All right, so read the text below and choose the best word for each space. For each question, mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet. So please understand the instruction first, and then only we'll try and look at the options. Okay, what are the options given? So you can see roughly, you can identify roughly the tense. Okay, the tense used for the whole text. Now, how can you identify that? You can see it here. The option for question 9: sent, fired, lifted, launched, right? And then you have created, landed, okay, left, arrived. So roughly you can say, oh, this is in past tense. Okay, so you got that already. You got your T, tense. Okay, and your parts of speech, they are all different, right? They are all different. This one, conjunctions. This one, they are all verbs. This one, again, enter, move, return, verbs. Created, supplied, verbs too. Now, who, what, okay, now who, what, these are all question word or your relative pronoun. Okay, like who and which can be they are considered relative pronouns. And then landed, settled, verbs. Over, onto, among, these can be conjunctions. Okay, left, arrived, showed up, gave in, take over. This is all phrasal verbs. Okay, read, heard, again, verbs. This is safely, wisely. This is describing a verb. What's the word describing a verb? What is that part of speech? Describing a verb. Adverbs. Okay, these are all adverbs. All right. Now, let's try and see a sample question. Now, this is a question 9. Okay, everybody, question 9. Question 9. All right, so this is question 9. So here, this is just the first 2 sentences from the text given to you just now. So here it says Apollo 11 was the name of the spacecraft that brought the first humans to land something, the moon. And the first answer will always be given to you. So on the moon. Remember, if you have, if let's say, okay, let's say from the options we have, if let's say off the moon, oh no, it cannot be off the moon. Same thing, it cannot be at the moon because we don't know where at the moon. And then from the moon, oh no, that's considered wrong as well. Okay, we are not because the sentence says that brought the first humans to land from the moon. Are we from the moon? We didn't stay on the moon and come back to wherever that you're supposed to go. No. So definitely the answer will be on the moon. Okay. So for question 9, the fifth mission of NASA's Apollo program, Apollo 11, was something on 16 July 1969 from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It carried a 3-man crew. So we have we have uh, we have a NASA program, okay, and we call it as the Apollo 11, and it was something on 16th July. What do you think it is? So can you all see from the options given? Try and use M, match. Okay. So the fifth mission, try and read. Okay, try and read again. Okay, so the fifth mission of NASA's Apollo program, Apollo 11, was sent. Was the program sent to the center? Are you sure it was sent? When it comes to something to do with sent or send, that is where you take something to go to somewhere, right? To go to somewhere, right? So is it? I don't think so. Fired? Is it B, fired? Okay, the fifth mission of NASA's Apollo program, Apollo 11, was fired. Was it fired? Are you igniting? Are you igniting something? You're using a flame or using some heat from the space center? Hmm. Hmm. Are you? Or is it C, lifted? Are you lifting? Are you lifting the program to the center? Right? You are bringing something upward, right? You might carry it. No, you carry Apollo 11 to this center. Are you? I don't think so. So I would try and cross out. Okay, try and cross out. Which one is wrong? So if you think C is wrong, just cross it out. Okay, sorry. Let me just use a red color. All right. So just cross it out. Now, do you think it's launched? Do you think it's launched? What is launch? What is it? When it comes to launch, that is where you might want to set, or you might want to initiate, or you might want to release it. I think the best one would be like to release it, right? So you are releasing the program Apollo 11 on the particular date to this center. Don't you think so? Right? It's always related to rockets, right? When it comes to the word launch, it's related to like rocket kind or space kind, right? So I would put, like I said, a figure, at least a percentage. Maybe you could say this one is around what, 60%? You think it's 60%? Okay, fine, 60%. If you think fired, maybe fired is around 30%. Or how about this one? Sent? Maybe 10%. Right? 10%. So obviously, which one is the best? Right? Which one is the best? You have to know which one is the best. So definitely, the best one would be, the best one would be D. Right? The best one would be D. All right. So how do we do it? Okay. First of all, remember, read the phrase before or after the blank. That's why I keep on reading, right? I keep on reading before I match the options. I keep on reading the first sentence and then, sorry, the before sentence and then the after sentence, because it allows me to try and think, oh no, this one is, I don't think is correct, or this one I don't think is correct, right? Try and read always. Okay, and then only you can try and find out that is the answer. Okay, we have done this together just now. So if you answered launch, well done. Okay, well done to you. Okay, now let's try and do the other questions of question 10 to 12. Okay, we'll try and do it together. Okay, now let's see. Here is the question 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so this is the part of the text given to you. So here, all right, so let's try and read this. Okay, now the Apollo spacecraft had three parts. First, the command module called Columbia within a cabin for the three astronauts. So now we know that they have a command module called Columbia with a cabin for the three astronauts. This was the only part that would something to Earth. Okay, so this was the only part. So the only part is the command module, okay, the Columbia. And the second part was a service module, that's something electrical power, oxygen, and water. Now they have a second part, which is the service module to this particular uh, uh, spacecraft, Apollo spacecraft. And they will also have a last part. Okay, now the last part was a lunar module called Eagle that had two stages, one that allowed it to first land on the moon and then another to lift off from the lunar surface, something needed. Okay, now let's try and identify the idea. First of all, we'll do question 10. Okay, now let's read again. All right, let's read again for question 10. This was the only part that would something to Earth. Now let's see the options. We have sent, move, return, and appear. This was the only part that would send to Earth. Is the first part of the spacecraft sent to Earth? Or is it move to Earth? Is it return to Earth? Or is it appear to Earth? You need to know the, not to say the meaning, but maybe you can find a synonym of it. But do you think that sent, okay, we already did send before, you know, you want to send something, right? It's like you're giving something to someone maybe, right? Is it sent? Is it move? This was the only part that would move to Earth. I don't think so. Okay, for me, I would scrape this off. I would just cross this out. Move. I don't think it's something to do with move the Earth. Sorry, move to Earth. You can't take something and move it to Earth. Okay, you need just transportation, obviously, but I don't think it's move. But do you think it's move? Hmm. All right, how about C? This was the only part that would return to Earth. Possible, right? And once the spacecraft has gone to space, it's like, it's kind of like divided itself into the parts, right? So we have the first part that goes off, and then the second part goes off, and then the third part goes off. and you're left with only astronauts in that particular, they call it as module, right? In that particular module. So, what do you think? Is it return to Earth or is it appear to Earth? Oh no. Appear is something like uh, um something like it pops out, like when you go hide and seek and it, suddenly appear. I don't think so. I would cross it out. I would cross this one out. So you're now left with either A or C, sent or written. But which one do you think is the most appropriate one? Which one? Try and read it again. Okay, we are applying the R. Okay, so this was the only part that would send to Earth. Is it sent? It's like you take it from the moon to the Earth, you know, or is it return? I would say the answer. I would say the answer return. Okay, return. If you got return, well done to you. Okay. Why is it not sent, miss? Okay. Again, send is more like a parcel. It's being sent to you, right? It's like you carry it to somewhere. This one, there's nobody carrying it for it to move to. No, sorry, for it to be sent to the earth. Nobody is carrying it, right? But when you say return, I would say the best would be um, here. Okay, return. All right. Now let's try and see question 11. Okay, we don't have a lot. Okay, we don't have a lot to go. But if let's say we don't have time today, we still have to carry on tomorrow. All right. So let's see question 11. So just read question 11. Okay. I've actually highlighted that for you. So here, the second part was a service module that something, electrical power, oxygen, and water, something. Is it created, or is it supplied, or is it removed, or is it appear? Now you can see that the word appear is in present tense because all of this ends with D or ED, right? This is present. So definitely D is wrong. Okay, D is considered wrong. Okay, so what do we have? What can we assume? What can we assume? The answer. Is it created? The second part was a service module that created electrical power, oxygen, and water. Was it created? Was it made? Was it made with this? Or was it supplied? Right? Was it supplied with this? Or was it removed with this? Right? The second part was a service module that something electrical power, oxygen, and water. The second part was a service module that created electrical power, oxygen, and water. Or the second part was a service module that supplied. Okay, when you say supplied, that is where you are given something for it to move or for it to be alive, right? So it's like us, we need a water supply to live on the earth, right? We need water for our health, we need water to bathe, right? So is it that or is it removed? What do you think? Right? What do you think? Mhm. Anybody? What do you think? Okay, if you say created, I wouldn't think so. When something is created, something is made from these. I don't think so. Okay, so I would just remove A. So you are now left with B and a C. So is it supplying the only part? Okay, let's try and read the whole thing up until here. Now, the Apollo spacecraft had three parts. First, the command module, module called Columbia with a cabin for the three astronauts. This was the only part that would something to Earth. Okay, that would return, right? That would return to Earth. The second part was a service module that something something. Don't you think it's supplied? Don't you think it's supplied? Hmm? Hmm? Did you think it's supplied? But over, in the space, do you need electrical power? Try and think of that way. Do you need electrical power? Do you need water in the space? Hmm. Interesting, right? So I don't think that these two are important. Oxygen, yes, you need, but when it comes to electrical power and water, I don't think so. Okay, because it's going to carry on weight as well to that spacecraft. So I would say the answer would be C. Okay, it's remove because you don't want to carry too much weight when you are on you know on the space. Okay, so you're removed. All right. Now, I think that we are going to just keep the whole thing, and I would just tell you the answer for question 12. All right. So the last one for question 12, okay, the last part was a lunar module called the Eagle that had two stages. Okay. So the answer would be, okay, the answer would be C. All right, the answer would be D. The answer would be C, where you need to mention when needed. We don't really say which needed or what needed or who needed. Okay, who is for a person, what is for something, and which is for an option, right? And this is considered for the time that is needed. So when you can assume it that way. Okay, just a few more things to go. Always remember these tips. Make sure that if you think the options are tricky, make sure you think again. And please, please, please do not randomly select an answer. That is totally a wrong move to do because you are going to lose mark if you make the wrong shot. Okay, so never skip a question because you have to do all questions. It's considered compulsory, okay? Compulsory for you to answer all questions. All right? And last but not least is trust your first instincts. Okay? Trust your first instincts. If you think that is the right one, then take it. Take the shot. Okay? Take the shot. But make sure you come back again and think, okay, I think this is the right one. Okay? Then you can make a scribble on your answer sheet. Okay, other than that, do you have any questions for me? Okay, if you do not have any questions for me today, you can always ask me again tomorrow morning. All right, so thank you very much for your time today, for your ears today, and I hope that you have learned something from me today. And we will see again tomorrow morning for another reading session on your part 3. All right. So thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum. And please stay safe.